17 by then,
you
I'm
guys
sure.
are eager to donate to the Shenmue Kickstarter. Any interest in this new Midway documentary Kickstarter?
I looked at the pledge levels, and they will probably get.
They'll probably make it. Yeah.
Well, no. What I meant was like the pledge tiers. They'll probably get a couple dollars off me. I like documentaries.
I do too. And this one that they so let's see. Who is the guy? Josh Sui. He worked at Midway back in the 90s, and he's putting together a documentary to look back on the company, in their heyday, what happened, why they were successful at the time, why they ended up folding in the mid 2000s. They're no longer around anymore.
Well, yeah, seriously, did you play that fucking version of Narc on the Xbox?
No, but I played what was the Chow Yun Fat John Woo game, one of the last big things that they put out. It was like the sequel to like Hard Boiled.
Soft Boiled, I think.
No, what the hell was
weakest joke on the show?
What the hell was the name of that game?
I can't remember. It was so.
Oh, sorry, I spaced out. I was
not memorable. Was it one of those ones with the thumbstick controls?
I remember you could shoot a bullet and then aim the bullet. You could pop a guy in the nuts. What the fuck was the name of that game? I can't
remember. All I played was
Stranglehold.
All I played was a demo of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope. And I love John Woo movies.
That game was cool. That game was alright, man. It wasn't like the best thing, but that was like the last big money sink thing that Midway did. That was like, and that game didn't perform well.
Yeah.
So it kind of put him under that, and Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. That didn't do too well for him either, I think. It might have, actually. I think that actually did sell. It just wasn't enough to save them. And then they folded, and a lot of the Midway guys, they got like just dispersed all over the industry, and most of them have found pretty decent success doing a lot of stuff. Of course, a lot of the Mortal Kombat guys went over to Warner Brothers and started the NetherRealm.
Yeah,
Warner Brothers got the Mortal Kombat license, so they were able to continue that there.
Because
yeah, it's a fascinating story about what happened with that
knowing
company.
what not just like the whole bankruptcy thing, but or them going under and dispersing and all that stuff. But to me, it's really interesting because Midway, for the longest time, we're able to avoid the curse. Because back in the 90s, man, game developers lived like fucking rock stars, man.
Oh, yeah, man. Totally. Totally.
Like, they were almost the new Hollywood, I would go so far as to say. And, like, Midway actually making it out of that because they were able to crank out decent games while being...
Yeah. Well, what really kind of fucked them in the long run was Midway was primarily like a coin-op organization who, had most of their roots in the arcade and whatnot, and it was really fascinating to watch this company like fall from grace trying to adapt to the console space as that became more and more important and started pushing arcades to the wayside. And they were just never really able to pull it off. I mean, you had a lot of their games come to consoles like trying to find some level of success with like a consoleized version of their arcade hits. There were a bunch of Gauntlet games and things that never really did much. Like, I don't know, the Grid was like kind of a cool thing in the arcade, but sucked ass on consoles. They just,
it'd be cool to see the retrospective of it.
Yeah, I'm totally. And once again, like you said, I love documentaries on the video game industry because there's so much wacky shit that goes on behind the scenes